Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for the month of January. This message is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you like the content that I share, please click the like and subscribe down below. All right, Pisces, I already pulled cards for your energy and for your environment, and I pulled an oracle card for you as well. What I'm going to do is pull your 9-card spread as I'm talking to you about your astrology, and if you see me look over here, it's because I have some notes over here, all right? So, Pisces, I was looking at the chart for January for you, and I noticed that there's something that in Vedic astrology is called a Kalasarpa yoga. And what this is where like all the energy, all the planets are on like half of the zodiacal wheel and the other half is like left empty. In world events, that's like a pretty volatile placement, but in this reading, we're talking about you. So in your chart, this comes up as like the 10th house is highlighted all the way through your 3rd house, with the exception of the South Node in your 9th house. Looking at all that energy in the 10th house through the 3rd, this is your house of career and reputation. This is tied into, this can be tied into like deep spiritual practices. And this is tied into your relationship with yourself and your own body, as well as your resources, money, and self-worth. So I think there's a need at this time to really you're probably already feeling inclined to focus on these things, almost like with the sternness or the direction of this Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Swords really knows where she's focused, what she wants. She really doesn't have much time for things that aren't in alignment with what she knows she wants and what her goals are. So I think for you all, that energy in your house of career, you might feel, especially since Mars is sitting there, like you might feel, Pisces, like a little bit of like a workaholicness at this time. You also might feel, with Jupiter entering your 1st house, this renewed energy and enthusiasm around taking care of yourself, however that looks to you, taking care of the health of your body. And sometimes when there's like really positive, great energy in our 1st house, we get on like a more serious like workout regimen, or we just do something different around the health of our physical body. And then, like I said, there's energy also in your 2nd house, focusing on your resources. That could be a theme. With the North Node moving into your 3rd house in Taurus, if you have a profession that involves writing, communicating, or something local in your community, in your neighborhood, that's highlighted over the course of this next year. And you might feel just naturally drawn towards giving more of your energy to those things, especially if something around your career ties into writing and communication in general. And this might be a really new feeling for you. You might feel invigorated and inspired in a new way that you haven't for a while. And I want to talk about where the energy is not showing up. I mentioned that half of the chart doesn't have any planets in it, no planetary energy. And for you, that's your house of family. That's your house of dating if you're dating. That's partnerships and shared resources. So that can be, if you're married. It even includes children. So normally we don't receive advice, right, around like not focusing on our family. With all the energy on these other parts of your chart, this might be a time where you find that conversations are coming up with your family, and you might be finding a need for boundaries just for your professional goals or for your personal goals for this season. And yeah, I think that's really strongly coming up for you guys. What else did I want to highlight for you? Oh, you still have a Saturn in your 12th house, which is kind of a tricky placement. It's the house of the subconscious, and Saturn's always bringing lessons with it. I would just take really good care of yourself. There are a couple other signs that got a similar message around like intentionally incorporating stress relieving practices into your day, into your schedule, And Pisces, I think this really applies for you all as well because of that transit right there. So let me get into your energy that came up before I started the video. You got, that one to come out. You got the Four of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. And it just feels like there's something in your immediate environment that feels stifled or restricted or stuck. With the Four of Pentacles, you can see there how she's just feeling like maybe she can't speak about something. And the Four of Pentacles is a card around restriction of resources, and it can indicate like a lack mentality in terms of resources as well. With the Three of Wands, it indicates that there's something you're waiting on to come in. It could be something that you've already invested time and energy and resources into, and it might involve some other people, actually. In your environment, you got the Five of Wands. This is the kind of energy, considering what I was saying about the transits earlier, that you might want to assertively address right away. I don't think, Pisces, you're gonna have much time for like little arguments or petty things or like passive aggressive comments or things like that. I just don't think that's something, yeah, I just don't see you having any time for that right now. So since that's coming up in your environment, there might be the advice to, like I said, be more assertive about it. And on the bottom of the deck, there's also a piece of advice with the Hermit card here, that there is a strong need to focus on your own groundedness, on your own peace. And the Hermit, indicating Virgo energy, could have something to do with the need to develop greater meditation, spiritual practices, maybe even seeking someone out to help you with this. Because right underneath this, you have the Wheel of Fortune, a card of luck and abundance. So yeah, I think there is this like message that's like woven through both in your astrology and with the cards right now around taking the time out for you that you're gonna need to find that peace and that peace that you need. And I think it's something that's going to be found in solitude. With that Hermit, that's indicating that. Regardless of this environment that might be a little bit more petty or tumultuous with the Five of Wands, you did get the Oracle card Great and Full. And it's a 4 card, a card of stability in your home and family. There's a message on this around gratitude and feeling grateful for what's in your home. Like, it's a very straightforward message. Maybe there's something that even as I'm saying that comes up for you around recognizing how filled you feel in your heart by your family. And there's something here also about like the overflow of the cup there, right? Oh, is it gonna focus? Let's see. Whatever, there's like a overflow in the cup here, like coming up, and it's spiraling out of the cup. It actually looks pretty spiritual. I think whatever you're doing to fill your own cup, there's also a message here that there is an overflow of that, right? That you have the ability to give differently in your partnerships, maybe to your family, when your cup is filled. And there is a need right now, like you're showing up in your reading in this 9-card spread in these really big energies that are all court cards, and they're kings and queens. So if you're not feeling like you're in this grounded, steady energy that you'd like to feel in, where you feel very empowered, the indication here is that either you're moving in that direction or to begin embodying that within yourself. This seems as though you've known that energy in your past if you're not feeling it at the time when you're watching this video. And right away you're coming out here as the Queen of Swords, as I picked up earlier. And she's sitting here looking at this 2 of Cups. And she's looking at this 3 of Cups. And I'm sensing that this is like the messages that were coming out before in your astrology too. There's a need to be discerning about the environments that you put yourself in at this time. If you felt like you used to be able to just kind of like, I don't want to use the word reckless because I don't think that's it, but more like carelessly like go out. There's something around like restriction of your time and likely your energy. I think it's going to show up differently. I think with some people in your life, maybe like a group, you might be cutting time spent here like altogether. But when it comes to like, you know, if you're married or something like that, showing up here with the Two of Cups, in your love life, this might come down to just like a communication of needs. And hopefully your partner is able to meet you in this same king and queen like energy that is indicated here by the cards. Because there is, in some aspect of you, a newness that's trying to come through and a new way of doing things. This seems to me like patterns are being broken, and the Fool is a whole new way of being all together. You can lean into your mutability at this time, Pisces. It's a beautiful attribute when I see this card, to take you in a new direction. And this might feel very much like, if the phrase level up resonates, this might feel very much like that for you. But the level up might come in a different way. Like maybe you're not used to isolating for your level up to recalibrate yourself and your own energy. Maybe there's something about like, well, in your past, it was all done through connection, right? And this could even be indicated as like drinks after work, or like building connections outside of work hours, but somehow they're still connected to your work. And with the Fool card, this shows that something's being done differently. It doesn't mean the focus has to be taken off of yourself or your career, but there's a change in direction and maybe the way you're doing things, like I said. Got the King of Wands here. And this too is an indicator that focusing your energy into your creative passions as they relate to your career can be very victorious at this time, especially if you were like a thought leader, if you're a leader in your industry, if other people look to you for information. This is saying go for it. Like there's a lot of highlighting around you stepping into new creative pursuits, or what it feels like more than new is like the same but being done in a different way. Maybe you worked on one platform before and you're switching over to a new platform, or you've been considering branching out within the same industry. The indication here is to do that. Bottom row, or I skipped the Hierophant. Sorry guys, the Fool, the King of Wands, the Hierophant. Feels like your energy, the Hierophant had, you know, was that leader message that was coming through. And this further reiterates that message that hopefully your partner can meet you on this same page. Hierophant, often a card of marriage. Hopefully your partner can meet you on this same page and support this new journey, whatever this is for you. Another way this could show up is like an extended period of time work trip. Like you have to travel for work and it's something you haven't had to do before. You're gonna be gone for like a longer period than you would normally be gone. This is an indication here of your partner meeting you toe to toe and supporting you in this journey. On the bottom row, you have the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Devil. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. The other sign showing up here is Taurus. This is so interesting. On one hand, I feel like you're just getting this opportunity that could really, like, Ten of Pentacles is definitely tied into reputation and success and legacy, which is what I was talking about with the 10th house earlier. And Capricorn representing the 10th house. This could just come, some new opportunity could come for you, one that is possibly very lucrative. And even if you don't see how lucrative it is right now, it could be happening for you in Capricorn time, where someone extends some opportunity in your career that really takes it to the next level. This is so interesting because it's just such a different message than I've been getting. I've done like 3 of the readings so far, and yours is very different. But I really feel with this card, I usually don't I usually get different messages off this card, but in this one, I'm actually getting it as like the high vibing Capricorn energy, like being a boss, stepping into a position of leadership from a very empowered place. And I think right now, what this is reflecting is the need to see the opportunity here for long-term success by stepping into this position, whatever this is for you. You showed up again on the bottom of the deck as the King of Pentacles, and underneath that, the Hanged Man, your card. But what I thought of when I saw this Hanged Man card was actually the Hermit card, because there's some enlightenment that's going to happen from a place of solitude for you guys. It's almost like your solitude is your medicine. And the Hangman representing the 12th house and spirituality, and the Hermit representing spirituality too. There's something here about reconnecting. It's fascinating because we're talking about career, right? And like 10 of Pentacles energy, but we're also, it's connected to spirituality here. So Pisces, that has been your message for the month of January. Again, if you like the content that I share, please click the like and subscribe, and I hope this helps. See you in February.